Everyone, you're welcome to the Live Again series. Welcome, 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 welcome. Who's in the house? Hi, Chikab. Hello. Hi, Kati Tusi. Hello, you're welcome to the Live Again series. My name is Enifome, and I'm the founder of the Live Again movement. We help broken, abused, and distressed women live again. And tonight we'll be having the Live Again series, which we've been having every week just to be able to help more women live again and to spread the Live Again message, right? So our guest will be joining us very soon. So sit back, relax, and let me know where you are joining from. Where are you joining from? Where in the world are you? Let me know. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Where in the world are you joining from? Where in the world are you joining me from? I see my guest is here. So let me know where you're joining from while I invite my guests. Hi. Hello.
Hi, good
Hi.
evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. And you? How you doing? How's your day been?
I'm fine, thank you. It's been a busy
Amazing.
one, but we thank God.
We thank God. We thank God. Good evening,
Yeah.
everyone. Good evening. My name is Enifome. I'm the founder of the Live Again movement. You're welcome to the Live Again series. At the Live Again movement, we help broken, abused, and distressed women live again purposefully and profitably. We also have a shelter where we house some of these women, depending on whether they need it or not. But we're really focused on inner work, helping women live again from the inside out. And so we deal with the spiritual, the emotional, the mental, the physical, and the financial. We're also having an outreach coming up very soon to be able to do this same thing that we've been doing since. We're giving grants, we're giving jobs, we're just empowering women to be able to live again. So everyone that is watching me is invited. Click the link in my bio to join us, okay? My guest is none other than the one and only young Nigerian mom. I'm just wondering, so when you become old, you used to be very young Nigerian mom.
Yeah, well, by that time, it's more like a generation of mothers. So it's going to be young Nigerian mothers.
I
You
know,
understand?
I know
So
you are reaching out to the young Nigerian mothers. So whether you
yes.
become
So
anyhow,
so
it is
even
your target
when I'm
audience.
100 years, yes, even when
Exactly.
I'm
You
100
still
years, I
have
will
young
still be talking
Nigerian
to
mothers.
mothers. Yes, I'm still be talking
Exactly.
to mothers at that age, at the stage that I am now. Yeah. So
Exactly, exactly. So, welcome to every woman joining us. You're in for an amazing time at the Live Again series. We really bother around helping women live again, right? That's what we're focused on. And I guarantee you that at this series, if life has knocked you down, even if you feel you're okay, you'll be able to discover things
yeah.
about yourself that you would know that, no, 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 I need to live again. So, welcome. My guest is none other than young Nigerian mom, Rita Chidima. She is a marriage and family life mentor with a passion for building up young families. In the first few years of her own journey, she battled with depression, loss of identity, feelings of shame and defeat, and low self worth. Having weathered through all and came out stronger, she has dedicated her life to putting as much information as she can out there for prospective young wives, husbands, mothers, and fathers, especially the ones currently struggling. She hopes that through more knowledge and community, young couples will become more confident in the unique family life role that they've been called to by God. Ladies, and if by chance there's a gentleman or gentlemen or there are gentlemen watching us, please join me. Welcome. Young Nigerian mom, aka Rita Chidima, aka Young Nigerian mom.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much for having me.
I'm super excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for
I
having me.
Yes, you're welcome.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that when I saw the topic, I first saw the topic of mom confession. He just jumped out at me. I was like, man, this is a very, very needed topic. because it's
Mm.
something that I've been through. And my
Mm.
messaging is centered around that. You might be in a low state, but you can still get out of it. So
You
I
can.
really, really love the topic,
Absolutely.
and it's an honor to be here.
You can. I see people calling you Riri. I think that's your
Yeah,
nickname. So let me join them and call you
that's my
Riri.
community name.
Welcome. I'm super excited. And like you said, right? Um, it's a lot of women. I don't know if you saw what I posted on my page. I said I had a vision, right? And in that vision,
Yeah,
I saw women, a lot of women, wearing suits and looking really good, looking very, very good. But they were walking like zombies. They were walking like vampires. And I was wondering, what is this? But what I was able to get from that vision is these are the women that God has sent to go and deliver, their generation, their
yeah,
nation. Women, part of God's end time move, but many of them are wounded. Many of them are broken. Many of them are, just walking dead. And some of them are crying out for help, but it's from the inside. And they're looking good on the outside, but from inside, they are dying, right? And so now more than ever, God wants his daughters to live again. And by live again, it's truly live and not merely exist. It's living the life, that God ordained for them. So I would,
yeah.
and this is why we're having the Live Again outreach. And I really want to encourage every woman listening to me, please. God is literally preparing a feast for you. People are sending us messages. I want to give out this, I want to give out that. Like, God is just sitting on this matter that he wants his daughters to live again. And we're making it completely free. So please click the link in my bio or liveagain.com.ng/outreach to register. You don't want to miss it. All right. So I want to
Okay,
share.
sorry. Is it a virtual or a physical event?
It's a physical event happening in Ikeja,
Okay.
Lagos, Nigeria. Yes. Physical event. We're dealing with every aspect. It's holistic well-being. So spiritual aspect. Let's say you have a broken relationship with God and you are not in the right state with God and you've been struggling, that part will be sorted. If you've been carrying baggages, weights, guilt, shame, bitterness, unforgiveness, and things that have just crippled you, emotional parts, it's emotional healing, that part will be sorted. Mental part is for mindsets and negative mindsets and mental strongholds. I always say that
Yeah,
you left Egypt doesn't mean that Egypt has left you. I mean, sometimes the Egypt is following you everywhere you're
exactly.
going.
It
So
has
that's why,
permanently turned off something inside you, and it takes
yes,
some time to be able to turn it
it
back
takes
on
some
again.
time to remove. So that's where the mental
Yeah,
part comes in, and we're dealing with that part at the outreach. And then the physical part is on self-esteem and self-confidence, helping you find your self-worth again, helping you deal
yeah,
with your self-esteem and seeing your value. Even though you've been through things, you are still valuable. That's where the physical part is sorted. And then we have the financial part. We're giving out 20 business grants to 20 women. We're giving out
okay,
one woman is getting 200,000 naira business grant. 40 women are
mm,
getting free massage therapy from Oriki, and a lot of things we've planned out for women. We even have legal partners that are there. We have lawyers that will be there. You can come there with your legal complaints, and they'll give you legal
yeah,
counsel for free. We're having free medical screening. We're having free food stuff. We'll have a team of stylists that will style the women that want to have a photo shoot, and they're getting a free photo shoot because we want them to see themselves differently. We want them to know that
yeah,
regardless of what has happened to you, you are valuable. So after we have prayed and we have bonded and we have networked, we've done all the inner work, we're gonna have some self-care. We're gonna take care of ourselves. We're gonna pamper
nice,
ourselves. We're gonna dance. We're going to cut
yeah,
cake and celebrate. It's going to be amazing. So tell every woman you know, Live Again Outreach is happening April 27th. Share this live with someone because we're about to go very deep right now. So I want to ask you a question. And the first question is, what does the term live again mean to you? I mean, you mentioned that it jumped at you. When you hear live again, what comes to your mind? What does it mean to you?
okay. So the very first time I saw the flyer at Mom Confessions, I was like, wow. So the very first phrase that came to my mind is switch back on.
Hmm.
Maybe trauma. Trauma has switched you off. Like, I don't know how to experience it, but I don't know how to explain it, but there are things you go through in life that make you withdraw into yourself. Like, you just, people are still seeing you, you're still smiling, but there is a particular aspect of you that is no longer accessible by anybody. You understand? So you're still living life, but let me just describe it like maybe what people are now seeing. The life that you have now is like half of who you used to be, or three-quarter of who you used to be, but it's no longer complete. There's something trauma pushed inside and switched off. So when I hear live again, it's time to live again, the very first thing that comes to my head is switch it back on. You see that aspect of your life that you feel like, no, 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 I cannot address this issue. I just have to leave things as they are. No, you have to turn it back on. Then the second thing that live again means to me is come out. Come out from your hiding place. Come out. People might be seeing you, you might be living your life, no, but see, there is a Rita hiding somewhere inside that can shake the world. If only I can let her free. You understand? So some of my people are here, and I'll be mentioning their names from time to time. So maybe there is a Kate, there's an Akoma hiding inside the one that we're currently seeing. You understand? So you are the only one that knows that that person exists. So it's time to let her come out. See, the world is waiting for that person of you. The world is waiting. And you'll be doing yourself a very, very huge disservice if you go through life locking that person inside just because of trauma. You
Hey,
don't stop it. You have to come out. You are listening to me right now. You have to. You have to come out. So that's what live again means to me.
hey, God, no, I should have brought my shekere so that I'll be doing it like this for you. Oh my goodness! Hey, honestly, those that know me know that this is how I am. But when I hear something that is bish bish, I will shout, I will scream because this is
Yeah.
powerful. You said live again means to you switch it on,
Yeah.
and then let me
Switch back on.
switch it on. And the reason why this is important is because when you're not truly living, you are in darkness. There's
Yes.
no light. I remember that when I was existing, when I was in groping in darkness, my spirit was looking for light. I will be
Yeah.
praying. Sometimes I cannot even pray. Sometimes when I'm singing, there's no connection between my spirit and what I'm singing. Even when I'm eating, I'm not getting the intrinsic value of the food. I'm just
Yes. Yes. Yes.
eating.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not even, do you understand? Like, I will be smiling, but there is no, it's not deep, it's not inside, it's not, do you understand? I can relate with switch it on. Then the part about hiding, oh my goodness. I teach people about on how to break shyness. I have a break the
Yeah.
shyness challenge. And one question I always ask people is, are you quiet or have you been silenced? Right? I always
Exactly.
tell people that some people that think they're quiet are actually not quiet people. They're people that have been silenced.
Trauma
Yes,
has
there are quiet
silenced
people,
them.
but there are a lot of introverts that call themselves introverts that are not introverts. There are extroverts that were silenced and they became introverts by fire by force. And I always say that shyness, nobody was born shy. So anytime you
Yeah.
find yourself hiding and going to the back, cowering and not coming out, it is not from
Prone to
God.
withdrawal.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yes, something happened. You were not like that.
Yeah.
God did
Something
not
happened. Yeah.
you did not come to this world like that. Something happened. And if we dig, we will find trauma somewhere. We will find something that happened that caused you to withdraw. So this is so instructive for if you're listening to us, it's time for you to switch it on. It's time for you to come out from hiding. And then how do
Yeah.
you even switch on sometimes when you don't have the light? Which is why I'm still hammering on this Live Again outreach, because I remember that when I was really going through what I was going through, and by the way, if you're listening to me, I went through abuse. I went
Okay.
through abuse that almost, the hell about it started from emotional abuse and it went to physical abuse, right? And when I was going through that, I was a walking dead. If you saw me at that time, you would say, God, when? I want to be like this lady because I had everything going for me in court. I had a very thriving job. I had staff. Imagine having 30 people saying yes, ma, to you. So it was not a small job. It was not, I had a driver at my disposal. If you look at me, you'll be like, hey, God, where? No. But I was dying on the inside. And so I remember that at the time, I started going for events. I started listening to messages. I was looking for lights. So
Yeah.
sometimes we were tempted to isolate when we go through stuff. But that's the devil's trick to make you just
Yeah.
be
That's the
on your
devil's
own.
strategy.
Yes, you need light. Because if you don't have light, it's difficult for you to switch it on. And
Yeah.
before I go to the next question, I want to say that I really, really can relate to these two ways that you describe live again, because it really speaks to me. There was a time when I was praying in the spirit, and I started shouting, Enifo may arise, Enifo may arise. And if I tell you what I was saying, I don't know what I was saying. All I know is that I was just saying, Enifo may arise. I was calling out Enifo may out of Enifo may. It
Yeah.
was so deep that I was even asking myself that, what are you
Come
doing? What are you doing? But I was already in the spirit. So I was, Enifo may arise. I was calling the real me out of
Yeah.
me. So when you said come out of hiding and you started mentioning names and you started calling that there's you, there is a real you, I'm like, this is so true. This is so deep, and this is very instructional. So if
It's
you're
only people
listening
that
to
have been
us,
through it that can understand.
only someone, I'm telling you, there is a you that God created.
Yeah.
There is a you that life has happened to. Know the difference. And when people are trying to pull the you that God created out of the you that life has happened to, allow them.
Yes.
Stop being rigid. Stop, saying they've come again and they don't know what I've been through.
Not
Hey,
to cut you in there, but trauma is addictive.
yes, it
When
is.
you've been there for so long,
Yeah,
you
you're
see
familiar
anybody
with
they
it.
are trying to tell you, man, you have to come out. This person has a disturbance. Leave me. I'm
Yeah.
okay the way I am. You
Yes,
just want
yes,
to be there. Someone is
yes,
addictive. Pain is
yes,
addictive. At
yes,
some point, you don't get comfortable. Even if
yes.
someone tries to bring you out and you're like, yes, yes, I really need help. At the slightest discomfort, you
Discomfort.
go back into your
Yes,
stomach
yes,
and you just remain there.
yes. Oh my
Anyway, it's a lot.
God.
It's
Oh,
a
oh,
lot.
can I come to where you are and hug you right now? Because you're speaking my language. Like, pain, when there's a way you will get used to pain, yes. And you will just feel like, more or less, so we can't keep, he's a cheat, so
Yeah,
what? He cheats, at least I'm
that if you want to
comfortable.
remain there forever,
Yeah, he takes
but
care of
by
me.
the
And
end of the
yeah,
day, you are living
yeah,
your life as someone that life has backed into a corner.
yeah.
That version of you that God created that is meant to fulfill destiny is now trapped and scared
Trust.
inside
Oh
somewhere.
my
So
goodness.
you have to pull her out and you have to come
Oh
out.
my
Okay?
goodness, we are here to pull the real you out of
Yes.
you.
The real
That's
you
our
out.
job
Yes.
tonight. And please stay here, don't go anywhere. And in fact, invite your friends, invite women, click the three dots beside the comment section. This is an amazing time, as you can tell. We're having such a lovely time, and I hope you are too. And if there's anything that jumps at you while you're listening, please feel free to type it in the comments and just share so we know that you're listening to us. The next question I want to ask you: have you ever been knocked down by life? And what were the practical
Oh,
steps that you took to begin to live again and to bounce back?
oh yes. I have been knocked down not once, not twice, and they were not light blows. They were very heavy ones. So first of all, I lost my dad at the age of 18 plus, and life just became very rough from there. And then we were not prepared for the demise of my dad. So that's the first major trauma that I suffered as a teenager. And then just few years down the line, I was a medical student, medicine and surgery. Just few years down the line, the school I was in had the accreditation issues, blah blah blah. They think NGC want to withdraw the accreditation. The students are too much. They want to cut down the sizing. Everything became politicized, and I had been studying medicine for 4 years after that time. And after the exams, I was kicked out of the department. Me and I think about 200 other people were kicked out of the department. Then, as at that time, everyone I knew, their parents were now sending them out, go to Ukraine. That's before this Ukraine war
Russia.
started with Russia. Yeah, Ukraine was a very hot spot for
For
medicine and surgery,
medicine,
studying
yes,
medicine.
yes, I
Yeah,
know.
so parents were sending their kids to go to Ukraine, go and study medicine. So we're going to the Caribbean. And there was my family freshly mourning my dad. My mom was in no state to be sending anybody to anywhere. My dad wanted to finish school, so I had to stay back. And then I had to change department, and I had to start again from 200 level. So it means that everyone I came to school with, they were like three steps above me. and I was still seeing them every day. And then
I
I
can
was
imagine.
now going, I was now in another department. Everyone that I could call friends, they had moved on and everything. And then shortly after then, I fell out with my friend. Although in retrospect now, maybe what we had then wasn't really friendship. Now that I know what true friendship is, but at least when I was an undergraduate, we had friendship going on. They were like about two ladies. I fell out with them in the most horrible and painful way, of which I don't completely exaggerate myself. I had a very huge role to play in the misunderstanding because for whatever I said I was going through there. So my life just went from being a daddy's girl to being fatherless to being kicked out of medicine to having to change department to being alone. And then I somehow weathered through all of those things. And then I got married. I was thinking that marriage, children, my husband will make me happy. Like I can, oh, I finally met someone I can outsource my whole happiness to. I, I got married, had my first child, and oh, things just went downhill from there. I was depressed, mostly because of the fact that when my baby was about 7.5 weeks, going to 8 weeks old, I got pregnant for the second baby without knowing. By the time I realized I was
Most
pregnant, the
second
pregnancy
children are
was,
like that. I always say it. That most people don't
by
know when
the
they
time
leave you for
I
the second
realized
child.
I was pregnant, the pregnancy was over 3 months old.
Oh wow.
My first baby was just 5 months old.
Wow.
Just
That's a
5 months.
first.
So now that I have actually been through those years and I look back, I just feel like myself. I'm like, you underrate yourself a lot. You actually strong. You have stamina. You get that's I tell myself now when I look back because I don't know. It was a very very tough period of my life. When pregnancy happens like that, you're not is are you going to call your mom to congratulate you or I don't know. You as a woman are just going to try to manage yourselves. Do you get that kind of thing? To just manage the issue. I know what you can make out of it. So I had my second child 11 months later. So I have two kids. My first two kids, they are just 11 months apart and everything. So you can imagine, I got married straight from final year. So I didn't have a job. All my wishes and hopes were like, maybe if I have this my first baby, once my first baby starts school, I'll start working on my high heels, going to the office, swinging my car keys. And all of a sudden, I saw myself as a mom of two babies under 1 year old. No job, no source of income, no friends. My friends are my sisters, and they don't live in the same state with me and my husband. So I only get to smile when my sisters come around. And sometimes when they say, oh, I cannot really make it, I have quiz tomorrow, I'll not be feeling this kind of resentment towards them. You cannot come and help your sister, your own sister. But that was because they were all I had. I didn't really have friends due to what happened during my undergraduate days. What happened during my undergraduate days made me to withdraw into myself. So I just withdrew from people. You understand? So by the time I got married, I didn't have friends. So that's just the summarized versions. I lost myself. I went through an intense loss of identity phase where I didn't know who I was apart from someone that breastfeeds and looks after babies and everything. I could not also communicate the depth of my feelings to my loved ones because I did not want to come across as ungrateful. Yeah, I didn't want to hear, people are looking for children now and you are here lamenting. But man, I was passing through a lot. I was passing through a lot. So after a while, during that initial COVID lockdown, okay, by the time COVID rolled around, though, I had already had 3 kids because I went back to school. I just told my husband one day, you see this house that I stay in, I'm not staying again. I want to go somewhere, anywhere. So he was like, okay, what do you want to do? I said, I want to go and start an MSc program. So I started a master's degree. Things were going well. My 2 kids were in daycare. And I was just getting myself back gradually. Then, boom, third pregnancy. So it was as if I just went and restarted my life back from square one. I still continued going to school and doing my research because I was like, I've already failed once. Remember, I've been kicked out of medicine. So I just told myself that nobody will mention my name again and associate it with failure, not in my lifetime. So despite the pregnancy, everything, I was still going to school. I aced all my papers. In fact, those that are single, both men and women, I'm the one they used to come and borrow notes from. I'm the one they used to come to for revision with my big stomach and everything. That's because there was a place I was coming from that I didn't want to go back to. Nobody can look at me, and nobody can look at me and say, she failed one of her courses in her MSc. No, I've tasted failure. It's very bitter. I don't want to taste it again. So when in the middle of my MSc research work, COVID lockdown happened. I had already had my daughter by that time. So one day I was just at home and I was with 3 children under 5 years old. And I called my younger sister and I was like, you see this thing I'm doing here? I'm done. I'm tired. Because I see pictures and videos of moms and everything on Instagram. Man, their lives are going well for them now. They are looking good. Them and their children are wearing matchy outfits. They are picture perfect. I asked my sister, why is my own like
Like
this?
this. Oh
I said, why is
wow.
my own like this? I'm not enjoying anything. I'm tired. So is it that I'm the only one in the whole world that is not enjoying this motherhood of a thing? Like I'm finding it so hard. So I told my sister that I just wish that someone can actually relate to my experience because I was the first of my siblings to get married. So my younger sister was like, okay, why don't you start a page on Instagram and share
Mm,
your experiences? That you just so that you just step that anybody can relate. I skipped the fact that I was already writing for Bella Niger about a year before then, but Bella Niger is so big. So sometimes the article will be published, but I don't know who read it. I don't know if it impacted them. I longed for, like, if I tell you, I went through this, somebody tell me, yes, even me,
yeah,
this one that happened
feedback.
to me.
Mm,
Yeah, feedback. I long for feedback. So my sister was like, why don't you start this page now and just write about your experience to see whether someone can relate. Remember that the whole world was at home that time, COVID lockdown. So that's how my sister put me through. Go to Canva, do this, register with your Gmail, blah 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 blah. In less than 15 minutes, your Nigerian mom was ready. This happened on 16th of July 2020. And
wow.
then I started sharing the story. I don't know how to explain it, but it was explosive. See, I had people from everywhere. Moms in Cyprus, moms in UK, that's Nigerian moms that are living in different parts of the world. Even other African moms that are not Nigerians, but like they are Africans, and some of our experiences are really similar. Moms from Zimbabwe, blah blah blah. Everybody, hey, I thought I was the only one. No, I thought I was the only one. I'm passing through this. I'm passing through that. Like even my colleagues in university that I was not really friends with like that, but I knew them and we were cool. When they saw my page, they was like, ah, thank God. So somebody can relate to this thing. So even the friends I thought I didn't have, the connection that I felt I didn't have, human connection apart from my siblings, that I felt I had lost.
Mm,
Still, your Nigerian mom brand or platform gave every single thing back to me. So to answer your
wow.
question about healing, my healing came from the platform, from sharing my stories. A lot of them are here, a couple of them are here, and they've been following since that 2020. So my healing came from sharing my story. Like this is what I went through. And then I was having other people telling me, yes, okay. When I now told them the story of how I had my 11 months apart, a
Mm,
mom actually commented and told me that she had her first baby and then she got pregnant for twins 2 months after having her
wow.
first baby, which
Wow.
now left me asking myself, so why are you now complaining? Look at other
Mm,
people's experience
mm,
and all. So the page started my healing
mm,
because coming online now exposed me to a lot of other women's experiences, a lot of human connections that I ordinarily lacked.
mm,
And then from there, one day on Instagram, I came across an advert for social media management, something that you can do with your phone. And I was like, I'm already online now. I already have Canva. These are the things that we need. That's how I registered. That's how I started my own agency. I started earning money. So starting your Nigerian mom kind of, God used it to return everything I had lost to me.
mm,
So sharing my story helped me heal. And
mm,
it's been a journey, very interesting journey.
mm.
Again.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So if I hear you correctly, one of the things that I feel really hammered strongly when you were speaking was determination. There is
Yeah.
this statement that there is no force that can pull a woman down that is determined to rise. I
Yes.
need any
Yes.
woman
Yes.
listening to me to know that you are powerful beyond measure. You are more
Yes.
powerful than anything that you think is more powerful than you.
Exactly.
You are so powerful that what you are afraid of is afraid of you. The problem is that you don't know. You
We
are not
don't know.
aware.
Yeah.
Because when you said something, you said after coming out from medicine and you felt like a failure, you know how that made you feel. You know how it was for you to, you just felt like you had abandoned everything and then you had children. And so when you got an opportunity to have your masters, you were not gonna come and say, come with self-pity and say, please now
Nah.
pity
I
me.
did the
I have
master
2 kids and now
unapologetically.
I'm now pregnant for the third. Please, oh,
Ah, no,
I
none
beg,
of
oh,
that.
just give me, let my people
None
go.
of
Even
that.
if it's
I
past,
I
just give
ate
me.
the master.
No, you were determined. You were determined. You didn't want to go back to where you were coming from.
Yes. Yes.
And I think
Yes.
that's so critical as a practical step to take to live again. You have to be determined. You have
Yes.
to be tired of existing. You have to desire to live again and be ready to pay the price. I don't even need to start asking you the price that you paid to be running an MSc with 2 kids that you had less than 1 year and pregnant
Plus
for the
pregnant.
third child. I don't need to ask
That will
you.
be a story for another
I
day.
can only imagine. But your determination was higher than whatever the obstacles were or the limitations were. And that's one thing I want someone to take listening to me. As long as you're determined to live again, and you don't just say it with mouth. It's easy to say, oh, I want an MSc. Are you willing to pay the price to get that MSc? Let's say, for instance, your own is MSc that you want. Because for some of you, it's not MSc. For some of you, it's like, oh, I want my life back and I would like, maybe it's a
Are you
dream. I would like to
ready
have a
to work
business.
for it?
Yes. I would like to open a school. Whatever
Yeah.
your dream is, if you say you're determined, how we will know that you are really determined is the price you are willing to pay
To
to
pay.
achieve that dream. Because many times we
Yeah.
say, I want to live again. I want to bounce back. I want to pursue my dream again. I want to get myself again. But we're not willing to pay the price. And that's because we are familiar with the misery. We are choosing familiar misery over strange happiness.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So we say
Exactly.
things like, oh, the devil, let's just manage. For example, you're in an abusive marriage and the man is beating you. And you're like, oh, I want to leave. I want to be able to find myself again. I need to separate for some time to be able to get myself back. But if I go now, how will I cope? Is this man that feeds me? Is this man that takes care of me? Is this man that this and this and this and this and this? After all, even though he's beating me, I have a roof over my head. It's because you are thinking small. You don't understand that a house, by the time you find yourself, a house is just one of those things that you can get for yourself. You don't know because you think that this is all there is. You need to understand something. There is a price to pay. Yours might not even be MSc. It might not be an abusive marriage. It might be, I want to have a third child. What is the price I need to pay to have a third child? Do I have to put my career aside? It varies for different women. But the point
Yeah.
is this. The point is this. If you are not determined to live again, you would exist for a very long time. And you will blame your village people, you will blame
Very
your
true.
husband, you will blame your auntie, you will blame your in-laws, you will blame your children, you will blame everything but yourself. I like something that you said. You said you had to check to see things that you did, like you were checking to see how you contributed to what happened. A
Yeah.
lot of times, a lot of people don't find, okay, so how did I, they don't
You
search
want to
within them.
outsource blame? No.
Yeah,
But whichever predicament you go through, you have some
you
role
had a
to play.
part. There's
And
nothing,
if
yes.
you don't accept that, you can't move
You
forward and
cannot
you can't
heal. You
grow.
cannot move forward. No matter what it is. Even if it's okay, no matter what it is. Every time you go through a predicament, especially the one that was not inflicted on you by someone like
Yeah.
rape or something, the one that is outside of sexual abuse and rape and all of that. most times you had a part to play
Yeah,
in
you
it.
had a part to play.
And until you sit with yourself and say, okay, how did I contribute to this? I'm not in a judgmental way by judging yourself and having self-blame, but in a critical thinking way, to be able to check and see, okay, what could I have done differently, and what did I do that I could have, what can I, so that you don't repeat the same mistake and you don't find yourself in the same pattern. Very important. And then you mentioned that you started something. You had the desire to share your story, right? And then you had somebody around you that put you through and showed you how to use Canva, showed you how to open a
Yeah,
page and all of that. That's another practical step. When you move away from yourself and what you're going through, and you start thinking of how can I share this for someone else, you begin to live again, and your journey to living again starts, because now you're moving out of self-preservation. You're moving out of me, myself, and I, and what
yeah,
I'm going through. Yes, that another step that you mentioned. Then the third step you mentioned, somebody was there to help you, figure out some things. Many times we say we don't have anybody. Let me tell you what God does. There's always someone around you that God will use.
yes,
Yes. I'm telling you the truth. There's always someone around you. Always. Hagar had the well in front of her, but she did not know, because her problem was blinding her eyes. So many times what you're going through can blind your eyes. The thing that you can see and start doing, and just someone that is there to help you. Many times you even underrate the person. For your case, it was your sister. You can even say, is she not
yeah.
my younger sister? What does she want to teach me?
She was
I don't
managing
know.
the online space and she was doing so well. So immediately she told me that I can actually start sharing my story. I did not have to press for her to say it twice because I was going crazy. I needed
Yeah.
to upload the things in my head so that I
Yes.
can breathe.
And I
So
can
I
pick
just jumped
humility
on it
from that as
immediately.
well, because you said you're the first girl, and then you had a younger sister that was trying to put you through online things and all of that. You could have said, please, 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 I'm not cut out for this. Leave me
That
alone.
is
What
I
do you
don't
know?
like success now because she as at then she already had a company that was very very successful, a digital marketing company, and she was doing it from home. Her
Hmm.
office was in her bedroom. So
You know,
like
yeah.
for me to now start doubting what she's saying, that means I'm not ready to go
That's
anywhere.
the
The
thing. So
results were
let me
there for
stay
me to
here. A
see.
lot of times, right? And I need to stay here because a lot of women they do this thing. And not just for sisters. I mean, when you see another woman that is successful, sometimes, and we're coming into International Women's Day and when Women's Month, I need to say this, right? Another woman's success does not diminish yours. It's so important to know
Exactly.
this, because sometimes the woman that will help you is just your neighbor, but you are
Don't
feeling
be
like,
too
why should
proud
I go and
to
meet her?
learn.
Yes, it can even be the woman that is selling crayfish in the market. When I listened to this woman that has no leftovers, that started selling moi moi, and a moi moi got to the White House, she said it was a woman in the market that taught her how to make afang soup and edikaikon soup. When she was buying the leaf, she just asked the woman, I don't know how to make this soup. And the woman, she brought paper, she was writing. That's a graduate. She was writing what an illiterate was telling her. And by the time she
Yeah,
added that to her moi moi business and she had a restaurant, people were asking her, how did you get this recipe? So this is for someone listening to me. You want to live again. You want to move from where you are to where you need to be. You want to go from merely existing to truly living. But you're underrating those that are around you that may have that key that you need to open
that
that door
already
for
have
you.
results.
Yes, they already have results. Don't be shy to go and meet them. At the end of the day, what matters most is that you live again. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing that. Okay, next question. Why
Okay.
is it important to live again? Now you've existed and then you're living, and you mentioned something very vital. You said you have lived again, again, and again, and again. And I always say this thing, that life does not knock you down once.
Yeah.
Never. Life will
Never.
never knock you down once. That's why you
If you
cannot
get
be
up,
you can't be there now
it will come
saying,
back again.
okay, she's talking about live again outreach. I beg, I've passed that level. I'm doing well for myself. No, it's for everybody. It's for every woman. Whether you feel like you're okay, you feel like you're not okay, or you feel like, okay, I'm okay, but there is more. Live again outreach is for you, because life will not knock you down once. You need the practical steps. You need the techniques. You need the strategies to living again. So that when life tries to knock you down again, like, you see me, you're playing with. And then you're able to use those same strategies to begin to live again. So please speak to that.
Yeah.
Why is it important to live again? Now that you're living again and you've lived again, again. Why is it important to live again?
Okay. The most direct answer I can give to that question is the world doesn't really care about you. They
Hey, I
don't
need.
care.
Where's my microphone?
See,
Hey.
no matter how intense your pain, your trauma is, see, I know it may not be what you want to hear, but see, nobody cares. Not only do they not care, they do not owe you healing. In fact, you find people that will add more thoughts to the injury you have already. See, if you can hear me right now, work out your healing by yourself between you and your maker, between you and
Oh,
your God. Nobody owes you healing. They don't care, especially those that inflicted that pain on you. If you're waiting for the day that the Holy Ghost will fall upon them and they'll come and roll around in front of you and beg, you might get to 90. The world doesn't care. Here, there's a system that this world operates. It crushes the weak and protects the strong. Okay? That's the system of the world. So if you present yourself as weak and thinking that since people already know that I'm weak, I've gone through this, I've gone through that, people should have mercy on me. Hey, they will march on your head and make sure that the remaining part of you that is above ground, you go deeper and deeper inside. But if you come out strong, if you position yourself in such a way, yes, I've been through this, but it has made me stronger. This is where I'm standing now. Everybody will avoid you. They know that you cannot take nonsense. They know that you are now wide awake. And they know that the things that you have gone through, they have made you wiser. You are no longer as naive. You are no longer as downtrodden. You are no longer as weak as you used to be. See, this world we are living in is survival of the fittest. If you're listening to me right now and you pass through some form of trauma, decide today to start working out your healing vertically between you and the person that created you. Not horizontally between you and the sources of your pain or trauma. No. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Even if your parents care, your siblings care, it's only to an extent. Do you know why? Do you know why? We are now adults. It's only a child that will still have that total covering of parents, of the siblings. And some of us are here now. Sorry, nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's why
oh
it's
my God.
important to live again. That's why it's very, very important to talk to yourself. You make up your mind. See, you tell yourself that destiny is calling and I must answer. You see my past. Bye. See you later. I'm moving forward, no matter what. Because if you remain there, I'm sorry, you will exist forever and ever. There will be nothing like living for you.
Oh
Saying
my God.
goodbye, past. Goodbye to my past. I don't want to have anything to do with you again. I'm going to press forward. I'm going to work out my healing with,
Yes.
with
Yes.
God. I'm going to do what it takes. Even when it feels uncomfortable, I'm going to do what it
Yes.
takes to move forward.
Yes.
Don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for anybody. You will see yourself with white hair. You are still waiting.
Oh
So
my
that's why
God.
it's important to live again.
Oh my God. I'm holding myself. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. I don't know how to keep quiet when I hear. Oh Jesus. Look, I don't know what you want to hear again. You see, I was listening to Apostle Femi Lazarus. He said he
Yeah.
was sharing how he attempted suicide 14 times. He said, and someone in the comments said, you did not do it well, that
Yeah,
there's a way.
that if you wanted to die, there are
Yes,
faster
yeah.
ways.
There's a
Can
way.
you
There's something
imagine?
that I've introduced to you that you were not ready to kill yourself. Something like that. What a very mean and hateful comment. But the truth of the matter is this. Like you said, and when you say nobody cares, I think what you're trying to say is that everybody cares about themselves.
That's it.
Everybody is
Everybody
thinking of
cares about
how they
themselves.
themselves will survive.
Their problems are overwhelming them every
You
day. They
understand?
know they're using
They're not
you.
thinking
They are
about
not
your
thinking
matter.
about you.
That's the simple truth. because
They
they
are not
have
thinking about
overwhelming
you. They are
issues.
thinking about themselves.
Yeah, that they've not been able to even come out of completely, and then they will now carry your matter, and you want to leave, for example, an abusive marriage. You're like, what do people say? They've been saying from the days of John the Baptist. They
See,
will not
when
stop saying.
you die, they will say,
They
why
will still
didn't you
say,
leave?
yes, why didn't she leave? Osinachi died, and one thing that made me angry that period, I had to record a video. Everybody was blaming Osinachi for her own death. They were saying, why didn't she leave? And I asked a question. Please, can I ask all of you a question? If Osinachi came to your house to live, will you house her? And for how long?
Yeah.
Because we that we run a shelter, I know what it has taken us for the past 4 years to run a shelter in Lagos, Nigeria, for broken, abused, and distressed women. I remember how I felt like packing up. In fact, there was one time did I not say we should leave? I almost packed everything and put in one store in my house that I'm not doing again. Because who sent me work? What kind of stress is this? Then and then people that even when we meet as NGO owners and shelter owners and we meet everything, I see how hard it is for us to continue with this thing. I see how people treat women that live abusive marriages. And that is not to say that that is what you that is listening to me is going through. I'm saying that just to give you an example that people don't really care.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Nobody
They
cares.
care about themselves. Everybody became a motivational speaker when Osinachi died. Who is talking about Osinachi right now, please? Who is talking about her
Everybody
right
has
now?
moved on.
It has
What
gone.
wants your healing, no?
It has
Nobody
gone.
cares.
So you have to be determined to live again and know that you owe it to yourself to live again, first of all. Then you owe it to generations after you to live again.
After you.
Because if they were able to truly live, many of us would have not existed for long, would have not even existed.
Yeah.
If we had someone that was truly living like a roadmap that really, broke negative patterns and showed us how to go about things, many of us would have not gone through what we went through. So the onus is on us, especially as mothers. I shared something when I was saying that you see mothers that are saying, I don't want to live, let me just exist because of my children. What if you truly live because of your children? What
Yeah,
if
you
your
can
children become
live
your
because of
driving
them.
force? Yes, to live again. Why are you using your children that God gave you as the reason why you will now exist? When you now go and leave this earth, you will now tell God, the reason why I did not live again is because, I had like 5 children and it's a lot.
And you know, whenever you decide to live as a mother, you're modeling it to your children.
That's what I'm see, oh my goodness. When you don't live again, your children will not live again. Let's
They are
just say
learning
it the way it
from
is.
you. They are
Because
learning
they've
from you.
learned and observed how to exist from you. How not to be motivated, how to wake up in the morning and not do anything. Just carry your phone and then, you don't have anything
And
you're
the
looking
funniest
forward
part
to.
is that, the funny thing about this motherhood thing that is very tricky. So you can decide not to live because of your children. You can decide to just be existing. When these children grow up
They'll
and
blame
they
you.
see other people, yeah, they'll blame you.
They'll be asking, Mommy,
Something
why
that
did
you
you
did
not?
for them. Something
Oh.
that you did for them. Your life that you sacrificed for them, they'll blame you for it.
Yes, we have to say this.
So
We
it's
have to have
better
these
that you
conversations.
start living again so that you will turn into a woman that
Yes,
your adult children, first of all, you'll be proud of yourself. When you look
yes,
back and see the things that you have to
you
surmount,
did.
so that you'll be proud of yourself, and then your
Yes,
children too,
to
the
be
ones that
proud
were
of you
living for
too.
you, will be proud
Oh
of you.
my
Because if you
goodness.
just say, oh, let me just exist, those children will still not be happy with you when they grow up.
That is it. And regret is terrible. Like you would, can
Yeah,
you never
regret is
get to the age
terrible.
of 70 years and regret that you did not live again? I know that
Yeah,
what happened to you is
anyway.
valid, or what is currently happening to you is valid. But now we live in a world where there's so much opportunities. There's Google, there's YouTube. I know we
Yeah,
have a Lamb Tribe where the Live Again movement at Lamb Tribe, where we just teach women and inspire women we give them tips on living again. You have no excuse. Young Nigerian mom is there. Mom Confessions is there. Farm Mom is there. There are people doing great things that are spurring you on to live again. The Live Again outreach is a great move, free of charge. The hall is costing us millions of naira. But God is saying, I want my daughters to come and live again. And then you will hear about it and you will not register. and you say nobody is helping me. I have nobody. Nobody is coming to get me out of this. No, they are coming. The problem is that you are so comfortable with your pain, or you are not ready to live again. So if you're listening to me
Yeah.
and you are really, really ready, and by ready I mean you are tired of existing, you are tired of that thing that has weighed you down and kept you stuck and made you to become a shadow of yourself, or killed a version of you that you really desperately want to come alive again, please go to liveagain.com.ng/outreach and register. You are doing this for your generations unborn, not just for yourself, but for those coming after
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much. Let me go to the next question. How do you handle pain? How do you handle pain? Because you see, I always
Okay.
say I love, and I will not say, I don't want to say I love pain, but I would say pain has become something I'm not afraid of, because I've come to understand pain is a tool. In fact, every time I go through pain, I'm asking, okay, what can I learn from this? What is this pain teaching me? What did this pain come to do? Because I understand pain cannot kill me. So the only thing pain can do is to come and just point me to something, purpose or something. But the
Yeah.
people that go through pain, and they literally just build a castle, a monument, and they just hug it. And then they get used to the pain. And then every time they are talking about their pain, and you come and check them 5 years after, you see that same pain that they are on. Please, can you talk to us? How do you handle pain, and how can someone learn from that?
Okay, so I will speak in two dimensions. So I'll just say 10 years ago, when I was less enlightened than I am now, I handled pain by wallowing in it. Wallowing in it in the sense that I held it very, very close to my chest. See, I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me. I don't want to talk about it. And anytime I decide to talk about it, listen to me, let me talk. Don't give me any solution. Just give me that your ear. That's the only thing I need. I don't want your solution. I don't want your advice. I just want to pour out my heart. Okay? This was me about 10 years ago. Just in case that's the stage you are in now. So I'll tell you something. Pain is bittersweet because it makes you withdraw from everyone. And it makes you lock yourself up in a world that you think that the only person that understands you is you. That there is nobody else. Yeah. That the only person that
Wow.
understands you is you, but that's not true. That there is nobody else that can understand what you're going through. So now, let me now talk about my present self. Presently, how I handle pain is that I mostly just wait it out. So as I'm waiting, I'm picking the situation apart and I'm learning my lessons the hard way. I'm telling myself, okay, this is what I could have done better. This is what I'm picking from it. So let me tell you something. A lot of great things are born through pain.
True pain. Oh my
A lot.
goodness. A
A
lot.
lot of movements, a
Yes.
lot of ministries, a
Yes.
lot of life purposes are born
Yes.
through pain.
Yes.
Now there is a trick to that. If you have not healed from your pain, and the pain gives birth to a purpose or gives birth to a ministry, fine, is a purpose, your ministry, the movement, but it
But
is
it will be
one that will cause
inflicting
pain to
pain.
other people.
Yes, it will be inflicting pain on others
That's your
because the
ministry,
pain is still there.
that's your
Absolutely.
purpose. It will inflict pain to other people because you
Yes.
haven't healed from it. You
Yes.
understand? So now when you're in pain and you're picking your lessons, please also work out your own healing with God, like I said earlier, so
Yes.
that the purpose that will be born from that pain will now help other people that are there. And that's just one of the whole purpose why we are here, to help other people. You understand? So I've spoken to women that I'm not likely to meet unless something brings me to Lagos, because my life is a dilemma. I live in the east, but 99% of people I know are in Lagos. So I don't see them. So we just talk through phone. But I speak to them and they say, oh, thank you so much, Rita. My life is better. And it's as if someone is injecting more life to my ears. And I'm like, God, for these ones, I say thank you. Thank you. I give you all the glory. Their lives are better. They are praying more. They are able to handle their family lives better. Thank you. So imagine I've not healed from my own pain. The message I'll be preaching on young Nigerian mom is either I'm preaching don't get married early, or I'm preaching if you and your husband are not on the same page, don't wait to work anything out. Divorce immediately. Divorce, just go, scatter, keep the man away, keep the man away. That's if I had not healed.
Yes.
You understand? But because I have healed, I'm able to look into myself and then find the things that I can do better, I could have done better, that will also help other people passing through. So they don't necessarily have to end up in the pit that I ended up in. You can circumvent it and you can move ahead.
Yes.
You understand? So I handle pain by learning the lessons from it.
Yes.
And
Very
then the second
important.
one I handle pain is my feelings are my feelings. Fine, am I feeling bad? Am I feeling frustrated? Am I feeling stuck in life? Am I feeling stagnant? Am I feeling like I've just missed my way in life? But yeah, my feelings are one thing. See another thing. That's the ultimate truth, the Bible. So whatever it is that you're going through, please go and read what God is saying. Go and read what God is saying
Powerful.
about it. Sometimes you might be passing through very, very, very intense periods of your life. And then the Bible passages you're seeing are just things that are lovely, things that are lively,
Noble.
things that are
Of
beautiful.
good repute.
It's showing your future. It's not just telling you a story, it's showing you how things can be. And the Bible also said, and it came to pass. Whenever I want to tell us a story, good or bad, if you start it, and it came to pass that Sarah, the wife of Abraham,
Come
and it came
on.
to pass. That means that whatever it is you're
Will
going
come to
through,
pass.
it will come
It's
and it
easy
will
now.
pass.
Oh my
It
goodness.
will come and it will pass. So learn your lessons, but here, some 10 years ago, I will use that blanket of pain and wrap myself. I will so warm inside that pain. I don't want anybody to come close. I don't want you to analyze it. I don't want you to blame me. I don't want you to blame other people. Just leave me alone. I just need you to withdraw mode. But now, if you have a loved one, if you have someone that understands you, that you can talk to without judging, please go and talk to this person. There are so many organizations now that are willing to listen. Like help now is closer than before.
Absolutely. I'm telling
So
you.
don't hold it closer to yourself. Please go
Absolutely.
and meet a professional. Talk to the person. Talk
Yeah.
to NGOs. Let them help you.
Yeah.
And most importantly, stay close to God. Because pain, the devil uses pain to control us. So he uses
Yes.
pain to make you withdraw. You
Yes.
withdraw from praying. You withdraw from studying. You withdraw from your loved ones that can help. The devil will just be threatening you. Then withdrawal. He's just cutting out people that can help, things that can
Yes.
help. He will just be threatening. When you now realize that you are finally alone, you then plant all the finishing touches like
Yes.
addiction, all those
Yes.
kind of things.
You're not good
You now
enough.
practice the
Oh
holding
my
deadline. There's
God.
no hope for you. So please, first of all, learn your lessons and also realize that there is no great person in life that has not been through one form of pain or the other. So that you're passing through pain, whether it's self-inflicted or it's just something that just happened to you, something that you had no control over. You're not the only person. It's just one of those things in life. So don't just say, oh, my case is better. You don't now remain there. No, it's just one of those things. So please talk to someone, come out of it.
Wow.
Don't allow it to make you stop reading the Bible or to stop praying. That's what the devil wants. So you beat the devil at his own game. You keep
Wow.
reading the word of God. You charge up your atmosphere. You don't feel like praying. Play worship music. Light up
Exactly.
your atmosphere. Charge it up so you
Mm.
don't fall into depression.
Oh,
And most importantly, like I said, learn your lessons so you do
very
not find
important.
yourself on that same
In the
spot
same pain
again.
again.
So,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. This is a master class. Please go and invite your women. Oh, go and invite. Knowledge is power. Knowledge empowers
yeah,
you. Ignorance is not bliss at all. Ignorance puts you in perpetual misery. It's not bliss. It's
yeah,
not bliss. What we're hearing here, some of us, if we had heard it when we were in that state, maybe we would have been faster, but we thank God that we are here now, right?
exactly,
We thank God we're
exactly.
here now. I always say this thing: pain, like you said, is bittersweet, and it's bitter,
Yeah,
and the only way to get to sweet is what you do with it. Is
yes,
only
yes, yes,
what makes it move from bitter to sweet is what you do with it. You know, like you said rightly, the devil actually causes pain and does a lot of things. But one thing I've come to understand is that Romans 8:28 is real. God causes all things to work together for good, even that pain.
for good, yeah,
Yes. So, but if you don't take it to God, you're hugging it, you don't try to analyze it, and find out, okay, why am I feeling this pain? You don't even want to feel it, so you numb it. You're like, I'm not feeling pain. You are
You know,
feeling
yeah,
it. You are feeling it, but the problem is that you're numbing it. Stop numbing your pain. It is there to point you to something. I mean, you've shared so
yeah,
many powerful things, and I just want to encourage everyone that is listening. If you just joined, you have to listen to the replay. I'm going to post it and tag her so that you can have access to it. Listen to it
okay,
again and again. You really need to understand something, that you are the one that will work out your healing. And then
yeah.
I want you to know something else.
Nobody owes you that.
Yeah, nobody owes you, like she said. And then secondly, God wants to heal you, actually.
Yeah,
Thirdly, God is the only one that can heal you. And I have to say this because I'm somebody who, I even do therapy. I do a lot of therapy, I do a lot of coaching, but I can tell you that in all my years of helping women live again, I have seen that it's only God that heals. God can use
yeah,
channels. God can use a therapist. God can use a coach. God can use a message. God can use anything, but the healing has to come from God. For it to be called healing, it has to come from God. And healing is in layers. And healing is according to the degree that you give God your heart. If you give God one
yeah,
quarter of your heart, that's the part that will be healed. If you give God, say, Lord, I give you everything. I'm not keeping this side away. I'm not removing this side and say, okay, I can give you this one. Come to him boldly. Come to him and bear it. Oh God, I'm
yeah,
a mess. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening to me. I don't even feel like I just feel like I'm existing. Father, help me. Heal me. And then you begin to, if you have to cry, cry. Crying is therapeutic. All this trying to form strong in front of God and in front of people, that is not what resilience is. I did a post about resilience, helping people to understand what resilience is and what resilience is not. Resilience is not Odeshi. It's not, I'm not going through. You are going through it. Accept that you are going through it. Stop trying to deny what you are going through. You cannot heal like that. Hey, please, let's move on. Honestly, you have to listen to this again and again. There are so many things we have to say. Okay, next question.
yeah.
What would you say to your 10-year-old self?
Okay, okay. I like that question. To my 10-year-old self, first of all, I'll say brace up, brace up. There are rough roads ahead.
Oh,
And
ma!
yeah, that's the first thing I'll say. I'll be like, ah, life is not the way you're seeing it. So all these
Hmm.
daddies girls are doing. Brace up. There are tough roads ahead. But I will also tell her that when those tough roads eventually come, don't worry. You will eventually pass through. You will not stay there
Wow.
forever. You know
Oh
that
my
when
God.
those things are happening, you will just feel like, man, will I ever be happy? Will things ever work out for me? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. So first of all, I'll tell her brace up. Then I'll tell her that she should be more careful in feeding her friends and that on her own, she's enough. She's enough.
Woo! Oh wow! I'm just imagining your 10-year-old self as I'm looking at you with your smile and your baby face. And you know the funny thing about life is when we were in primary school, we're like, I can't wait to finish primary school. This thing is too hard. And then you finish secondary school. I can't wait to finish secondary school. This thing is too hard. University. Oh, I can't wait to finish university. This thing is too hard. And then we realize that we entered school of
The race
life.
never ends.
We enter school of life and realize that almost the main challenges are in life. But
Yeah,
like you said, we have what it takes, and you need to
yeah,
know
yeah.
this, that you
What
have
is
what
it?
it takes to go through that challenge and come out stronger. And it's not about what you have. The Bible says a man's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions, the
Yeah,
things that he possesses. Many times we look at what we have and we think we are nothing, because when we check what we have, we feel like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. It's about the power within. It's about the power inside of you. It's about who you are on the inside and who God has called you to be. It's not about what you're seeing
yeah,
on the outside. The real work is matching what you are, who you are on the inside with who you are on the outside. But it's not about what you see on the outside at all. Life is supposed to be lived from the inside out and not from the outside in. And that's what we
yeah,
really preach in the Live Again movement. How to live life from the inside, from your genuineness, from your authenticity, from your identity, from who God has called you to be. Please, I want to beg you to register for the Live Again outreach. liveagain.com.ng/outreach. I cannot overemphasize this. Now, the next question. Would you describe yourself as a resilient woman, and why?
oh yes, I will.
I think you are
Because I've been
actually.
through it
I think you are. Yes,
daily.
I think you
I
are.
have gone through very unpalatable life experiences, and I still made it through, not by my own power or might, but by the sure mercy of God,
Mm,
just by God's mercy, and I made it through. And it will not also be pride to say that some of the things I've gone through and I made it out. It's not everybody
mm,
that will make it out in one piece. Some people will still make it out, but just like a shell of themselves, right? This is what the whole live against thing is about. But I just tell God, yes, I'm resilient because I've been through stuff. And now, when I'm going through stuff, I just tell myself, will this one pass the one you have seen before?
exactly.
You have
Exactly. Like, what have I not seen?
this one is not price play. Calm
I
down, it
love
will still
it.
pass. So that's
I
what I
love
tell
it. Thank you
myself.
so
Yeah.
much for sharing. And my last question to you is, what are your last words to a woman that is merely existing and finding it difficult to live again? Probably she wants to live
Okay.
again. Probably she desires to, but she's just finding it difficult. Maybe things around her, it's looking all bleak. She can't just get herself out. She's just struggling. What would you say to that woman that is listening to you right now as your last words?
Okay. So I will say that heavens will rejoice over you when life has knocked you left, right, center, just like it has knocked me, beating you blue black, and you're still striving to fulfill your destiny. You're still striving to live your life the way God created you, not the trauma version of you, but you're still trying to find the original version of you that God made. You're still trying to forge ahead. There will be joy in heaven over you. And you remember the parable where Jesus was telling his disciples that a shepherd had 100 sheep, and then one was missing. And the shepherd left the 99 to go and look for that one. That's how heavens are looking for you. God and the host of angels are looking for you. They are looking for you right now. They are waiting for the day that you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, fine, no, man, I've been through a lot, but these things they don't define me. My past does not define me.
Yes.
My background does not define me.
Yes.
My terrible life experiences does not define me.
Yes.
Despite all of these things, I'm going to move forward. See, the minute you come to that understanding, you tell yourself, oh yeah, Rita, it's time to go, time to go, despite the limitations,
Yes. It's
despite the
time
challenges,
to
it's
live
time to move.
again.
The way heaven should provide resources for you.
Oh, wow.
The
Yes.
way heaven should provide people for you. See,
Yes.
I'm someone that, like I shared earlier, I didn't have any friends, but as God will have it, the relationship I have with my sisters, I have 3 sisters, is more than I could ever hope for. Some best friends are not even close. We are very
Mm.
close. As we have WhatsApp group, we gossip, we do video call every day. You get. But now, I have all the things that I crave for, like impactful women in my life, women that I will give value to and then get value in return. I
Mm.
have all of that. Okay, I may not have a 9 to 5, but I'm very, very far from being broke.
Mm.
All the things that I lost, that part of the Bible that says I restore the years, the
The
locust, the
canker
farmer one.
worm, the palmer
God
worm, and
has
the caterpillar.
restored
Oh my goodness.
everything.
Oh
God has restored
wow.
everything, and it all started from just saying, okay, all these things that happened to me, all these things I've been carrying like a heavy load, I'm pulling them off my head. I'm
Yes.
going to look for what to go and do with my life.
Mm.
So I want to tell you, if you're currently struggling, if you're currently existing and you want to live again, I can tell you that it's worth it. It will not be easy
It
because
will
you have
not.
to make
It's
hard
actually not
sacrifices.
easy.
You have to make yourself uncomfortable.
You have to
It will
pay
not
the
be
price,
easy, and it will be worth it.
but it will be
And
worth
it
it.
will make God happy. And
Yes.
it will make your generations, the ones that are coming after you, it
Mm.
will make them happy. And your future self is already rejoicing,
Mm.
waiting patiently for you to open your eye and see that your past is not all there is to your life. Your
Yes.
terrible experiences is not all there is to your life.
Whoosh.
Your future is somewhere, just waiting for you to get up and beg. We have work to do. Get up. Fine, we have been through trauma. Fine, we have been through abuse. Fine, we have been through many unpalatable things. But come on, get up. We have work to do. You may
Yes.
be down, but don't
Whoosh.
stay down. Don't
Whoosh.
stay down. You may be down, but don't stay down. Your glorious destiny is waiting. Oh, if you doubt it, look at my life. Look at everything I described, and look at where I am now. Your glorious destiny is waiting, and you must answer. You don't have choice. You must answer. Make sure you answer. It's time to live again. It's time to go from existing to living again. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for having me. I've had so much fun. I've had so much fun on
The
this life.
thanks is
Thank
mine. No,
you.
I'm the one that should be thanking you
Thank you
because
so
this
much.
has been explosive. And oh my
Thank you.
God. See,
Thank you. Thank
she
you.
has finished wrapping it up. I will restore unto you. God told me, you know why I'm so passionate about this live again work and this outreach we're organizing this year. God said it is mission restore. He said it is
Wow.
mission restore. That's the name of this outreach in heaven. Like that's the goal. It is restoration. He said he wants his daughters to rebuild the desolations of many generations. That thing that your
Yeah.
grandmother could not achieve, that thing that your mother could not achieve, that thing that your great grandmother could not achieve. You are alive for such a time as this. The devil has lied to
Exactly.
you and made you think that you are a non-entity. I put
Yeah.
it to you that you are not. In fact,
I
you are a
know.
big deal. That's why the enemy has fought you so hard. It's time for you to take back everything that the enemy stole from you. Jesus Christ said, I have come that you will have life and life
And
abundantly.
have it more
Anything less
abundantly.
of that, do not accept it. It is time for you to reclaim your life and reclaim the lost territory. Guess what? Angels
Yeah.
have been released to back you up on this mission. So you cannot just sit down and say, okay, there is no help. Help has come.
Help
Help
has
has
come. Oh,
come.
they're not waiting for you to realize
Help
that
has
they've been there
come.
all along.
Help has come. It is time
Yeah.
for you to live again, for you to live the life that God originally planned for you to live before life began to do
Yeah.
its own thing to you.
Not the trauma panel beating version of
Yes,
you. The
yes,
original version.
the
The original
original
version. That's for you
version.
to live again.
Oh my God, God bless you so much. Please, women,
Amen.
register. I look forward to
Amen.
seeing as many women as possible because God showed me
Yeah.
an army of
I
women,
would
and
have
I
been
want you
there
to be a
live, oh,
part
but
of
for
it.
location reasons. But it's going to
Oh
be
my
explosive
God.
from all
It
I
will
can see
be,
so far.
honestly speaking, I
Yeah.
can't wait for what God even has for me in the outreach. Register at liveagain.com.ng/outreach. God bless you. Honestly, I don't know
Amen.
what to say to you,
Thank you.
Rita. Riri. That's the name I'm calling you henceforth. Please leave Rita. I prefer Riri. Because the Riri with the
Okay.
fire, the Riri that has gone through life and come out stronger. Oh my God. You are
Yeah.
such a delight to behold. You are such
Thank you.
a delight to behold. I thank God for your
Thank
life.
you.
I thank God for the pain you went through. I thank God for the woman you have become and the woman that God is still making you to be. Eyes have
Thank
not
you so
seen,
much.
nor ears heard, nor has it come into your imagination what God has in store for you. For a little shall
Amen.
become a
Amen.
thousand. You think you have seen God? Yeah,
Amen.
you will see the goodness of the Lord
Amen.
in the land of the living, and your impact will reach far and
Amen.
wide in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much. And
Amen.
thank you to
Thank you
every
so much,
woman.
Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you to every woman that
Bye.
joined this. And please share this live with someone. It will be on our pages. Share it. You never know who you're helping. Women know how to hide things. You don't know who this live will help. Just share it for them. And please also register for the outreach and share the flyers with people that need to attend as well. God bless you. See you some other time.
Thank you for
Bye.
having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
It was a pleasure. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.